Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 6.
I honestly don't think what I did was out of the normal.
A remarkable story out of Wahpeton unfolded during yesterday's devastating apartment garage fire. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us tonight.
One man who lost thousands of dollars worth of belongings in the blaze thought only of those helping contain it. The Domino's in town is known for giving back to the community, but last night the pizza place took it a step further. Valley News Team's Bradford Eric starts us off with new information tonight from Wahpeton.
Arrived, we had 5 fully involved garages.
When Wahpeton's first responders arrived, the fire was spreading quickly.
Right now we're determined it was a riding lawnmower is the cause of the fire.
It was here that things went from normal to extraordinary. The general manager of this Domino's, well, his garage was fully engulfed, but he rushed here to start making pizzas.
Oh, yesterday, I went down to the fire station. I brought them a lot of pizza, I showed up there, went back, and they're very grateful.
He donated approximately 60 pizzas to the fire department. Actually, that's really awesome, as well as the water that he brought over to us, too. I mean, that was really what we needed, was the water.
This is what's left of Wold's garage. Everything gone, including the Harley still parked inside. He estimates close to 10 grand in losses. His immediate thought as the fire burned, take care of the people keeping him safe.
I go to work every day. I serve people, pizza, drinks, food. They're out there risking their lives.
By the way, Dan Wold is not only a veteran, but he battles to control leukemia as well. Yet, he says he's lucky.
Well, everybody was already having a bad time. I mean, a lot of people lost more stuff, a lot more stuff than I did.
He also says he just did what anybody else would do. Chief Miller and GM Wold. 2 men doing their part to help Wahpeton, and 2 men grateful for the other. Bradford Eric, Valley News Live.
Well, Dan Wold left just shortly after talking with us. He was headed south to Florida for some much-needed R&R.
We're on a roll as we get closer to
The extended holiday weekend, the weather's being very cooperative. Let's head out to Hutch Johnson for tonight's weather forecast. Pretty nice out there, Hutch.
Oh, just beautiful. As we head toward the close of our work week, we are really distancing ourselves from that rainfall earlier in the week and the snow, as a matter of fact, with 70s across much of eastern North Dakota. Langdon at 68 in Roseau, Thief River Falls in the mid-60s. Temperatures will be slipping down through the 60s gradually this evening with a light north breeze. It'll be perfect outdoors for any of your activities, whether that's a baseball game or a barbecue. Now, it does look like we have, for the big 3-day weekend ahead, a chance of rain. I'll detail more in depth on what your risk is as we head into the weekend of that rain. So those details in just a few moments.
Nice to see the sunshine. Thank you, Hutch. Well, a company that's built on your donations is being sued by the Minnesota Attorney General. The lawsuit claims that Savers has seriously misled the public about just how much goes to charity.
The Attorney General says most people don't know the thrift store is a $1 billion for-profit company. Valley News Team's Nicole Johnson investigates.
You go to like a thrift store, you think, oh, I'm helping out the needy, not I'm just paying their pocket.
It came as a shock to many I talked to that Savers Community Donation Center is a for-profit company.
That is surprising because you would think that they're there to help the people, that at least, half at least would be going to help the more needy.
Misleading the public. It's a claim the Minnesota Attorney General is making in a lawsuit against 15 Savers stores in Minnesota.
Donors didn't know this, and they had no way of knowing it. They had no way of knowing that Savers was a for-profit fundraising company because the great lengths to which Savers went to mask its true identity.
Attorney General Lori Swanson says the store has a hefty markup and only donates a small fraction of clothing profit. Her example, if they sell a suit for $100, they only donate 40 cents.
Under their contracts, they don't pay 1 penny for things other than clothing.
In a statement sent to Valley News Live, Savers CEO says they are disappointed by the lawsuit, saying it puts 25 years of positive community impact at risk. Going on to say, for some time, the company has been making operational changes to address Swanson's concern.
It's just another thrift store for me.
Jack Wengelwick frequents Savers and stands behind their mission.
I didn't know what percentage it was, but that's not really going to change whether I donate or shop here.
Swanson says she hopes the lawsuit will make Savers more upfront about how much money is really going to charity.
If it is true, I don't think that's right that they're misleading the people.
Nicole Johnson, Valley News Live.
The lawsuit against the Savers stores in Minnesota. However, Swanson says she believes stores across the country are run the same way. Here in Fargo, Savers donates to the YWCA, who tells us they have no complaints. In fact, they say it's been extremely beneficial.
Slowing down and keeping space is what more drivers need to remember during that rush hour commute. That from the North Dakota Highway Patrol. They tell us that accidents have caused some big backups for drivers on I-94 just the last couple of nights. Valley News Team's Ashley Bishop joins us live from the I-94 pedestrian bridge with how drivers can avoid these backups. Ashley?
It can be hard to believe, Stephanie and Mike, that Fargo does have a rush hour. And for people trying to get home the last 2 evenings, I-94 was a mess. Now, the interstate looked more like the Fargo Dome parking lot after a Bison game. North Dakota Highway State Patrol says last week they had 18 crashes on the interstates, which is above average during this time of year. Typically, they have 9. They say most accidents happen during that morning and evening rush hour commute. And although you do need to make room for emergency vehicles to come through, you do not need to completely stop, and that adds to the backups.
The biggest thing is if you see patrol cars, you see lights ahead of you, whatever side of the road it's on, try and move one lane over away from those emergency lights, because it'll give you more time to get where you need to go.
Newen adds that the most common accident that happens on the interstate is rear-end crashes. They also add, Highway Patrol says that drivers need to remember to give themselves enough space between them and the car in front of them. That will help stop rear-end crashes from happening. In Fargo, Ashley Bishop, Valley News Live.
All right, Ashley, thanks. And remember, you can get all the morning rush hour updates on the Valley today with the weather and traffic on the ones from 5 to 7 a.m.
An upcoming project on I-94 and Highway 75 aims to ease some interstate congestion. Tonight, you're having a chance to get all of your questions answered. There's an open house underway right now until 7 o'clock at the Courtyard by Marriott in Moorhead. The meeting will address the timeline for the I-94 Highway 75 project, along with detour information and how it will impact your drive.
2 more men have been arrested for their involvement in an assault that happened just outside Rick's Bar in Fargo last weekend. Nicholas Morris and Jason Owen have been arrested for aggravated assault. The assault left 35-year-old Joe Garsland hospitalized with a traumatic brain injury. His wife was also injured. Now, a GoFundMe page has been started to help the Garsland family. If you'd like to help and donate, we have a link under the hot button on valleynewslive.com.
Authorities have released the names of 2 men found shot at a home in Walker, Minnesota, May 12th. The 2 are Leo Jordan and David Smith, both from Walker. Investigators say preliminary autopsy results show the men died in a murder-suicide.
2 men from western North Dakota are behind bars after being accused of stealing more than $100,000 worth of equipment. 35-year-old David Kopke from Minot, 36-year-old Benjamin Smith from Williston are both being charged with possession of stolen property and possession with intent to deliver meth. Kopke was an additional charge of false information to an officer as well. The 2 stole a pickup and a trailer and 2 Caterpillar skid steers totaling about $140,000.
The Minnesota man who led police on a pursuit through Jamestown and was eventually shot by officers has pleaded not guilty. 43-year-old Lee Charles Ellingson is charged with reckless endangerment, criminal mischief, driving while under the influence, and fleeing or attempting to elude a police officer. Ellingson waived his right to a preliminary hearing, pleaded not guilty to all 4 counts.
Well, coming up later on Valley News Live at 6, no small task for an 80-year-old guy who absolutely loves the outdoors.
And it's easy to love the outdoors with weather like we have today. Now, we've been talking about a chance of rain for the 3-day weekend. I'll detail that coming up right after this.